Today I am trying out women's soccer cleats to see if there's actually a difference between men and women's cleats. Let's get to it. For starters, these things are actually a lot more beautiful than the average men cleat. Like if we look on the bottom, it's got like a beautiful like pearl rainbow color. And then on the toe, it's like a chrome orange. And then there's this weird little Nike tab right there in the middle for some reason. And then it's got like this really firm synthetic upper that just feels super durable. And it's also got like these ridges right there. And then we rotate around and it's got like this J symbol, which I thought this was a misprint on the cleat and it was supposed to go this way, but they ended up putting it vertical for some reason. And then on the back it says Phantom Luna, and then it's just a normal like Nike knit sock. All right, now we're gonna see how they feel. All right, so in the looks category, absolutely goes to the women's cleats, but in the feel category, these things are awful. These are hands down the stiffest cleats I've ever worn. Like I can do like a ballet, like stand on my tippy toes kind of thing. That's how bad these are. Like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they'll be a lot better when they break in. But just for a first feel, this is blister central right here. So we're gonna go ahead and give the fit and feel category to the men's cleats. The stiffness is kind of nice for the juggling though. I'm taking that statement back. These shoes are good for juggling and that's it, but if you're trying to do some juggling tricks and stuff, normally you want like a thinner shoe so that way you kind of have a better feel on the ball with your foot. And these things just don't allow that at all because how stiff it is and how thick like the top of the shoe is. Which is good and bad because, you know, it's gonna hurt less when you get stepped on and that won't matter as much when you're in a game. So I'm gonna call this category a tie between the men's and the women's because it's all personal preference on the juggling. For dribbling, I'm gonna have to give that to the men's cleats because I like a thinner, you know, upper when I'm trying to dribble because, again, just like the juggling, it's kind of hard to feel with your foot where the ball is. All right, for the traction test, I have the 5-yard shuttle. So I'll start here in the middle. I'll run over to this shoe on the right, run all the way back across to this shoe over here, and then finish through this line here. All right, take one. I just played that clip back and I look so slow, but when I was making those turns, these cleats grabbed super well on both sides. And again, that just all depends on the model of cleat because, you know, some men's cleats are better, some men's cleats are worse than these. It all just depends on how long the studs are and what stud pattern it is. So we're gonna go ahead and call that a tie. So when I started this, I was like, how did they make, you know, a women's cleat and a men's cleat? The only way I thought they could have done that is like the color scheme, but these are such like neutral colors. These look sick. I mean, if I was a dude, which I mean I am, I would get these cleats, you know. That sounded really weird. I would get these cleats if I didn't get them by accident is what I'm trying to say. There was a few negative points with how stiff they were, but like the one thing that I could pick out where they could potentially be women's cleats was how narrow the fit is. And I'm a guy that has a pretty narrow foot, but these just weren't it for me. Because when I was doing that 5-yard shuttle, I could just feel my feet like just rubbing up against the sides, and I knew that blisters were gonna set in if I kept doing that. But overall, I'd rate these cleats a 7.5 out of 10. So they weren't the best cleats ever, but they also weren't bad. If you guys like this little experiment, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have any other fun ones I could do. I'd be happy to do them. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.